Welcome to your pick a card today, and what we're looking at is what is blocking us from our goals. And for the first pile, we have this card, number 43, Light in the Darkness. And then you have this little potion bottle, little blown glass potion bottle. And for group number 2, we have number 48, Moonflight, with this pretty dragonfly necklace with a lily pad dragonfly. Looks like maybe a drop of water. And for group 3, we have Let the Magic In, Vervain. And then we have this pretty fused glass necklace. So we'll be looking at what's blocking you and some advice on how to get over that block. I just wanted to mention that nothing is set in stone. You have a choice in life. You have a choice of your path. And, ultimately, these readings are for entertainment purposes, but hopefully you find something that resonates with you and something that gives you hope and helps you find your path. You always have a choice. Don't forget that. You always have a choice. You can always improve your life and take a different path. So, thank you for joining me here, and I'll see you in your reading. Group 1, here are your cards. Of course, we have the Oracle, the Light in the Darkness, number 43. We have the 6 of Pentacles, the Ace of Pentacles, and the Hermit, number 9. So I think right now you're in a position where you're being very generous with others, and maybe you are over giving to someone or to multiple people because I think you have a big heart and you care and you want to give to those people, but I think it's at your own expense that you're doing that. And I think, well, it's a really kind thing to do. You need to take care of yourself first. And you need to plant your own seed financially and let it grow. And you need to nurture that before you can get to this place. One day after you nurture your own seed, you can help others. And I'm not saying never to help anybody. Definitely not what I'm saying. Sometimes we give what we can, but I think you just need to be a little more careful with how much you're giving, when it comes to your own expense. When when your child's an adult and they're on their own. I mean, of course, we always help them, but you also need to pay your rent and make your car payment. Because if you don't have a place to live, or you don't have a car, you can't go to work and make money. So you need to nurture your foundations. You need to nurture your seeds. I don't know what your seed is. This is a general reading. And Of course, I'm not saying don't help your kid. Maybe you want to help them and they need to move in with you until they get back on their feet, instead of you giving them money that you don't have. I have an adult son and I would do just about anything for him. So I understand it. Everybody's different. It may not be a child. It may be a friend. It could, I don't know your situation. So it could be many things. If this is resonating with you, you'll know it. And if it's not, this message isn't for you, but it may be for somebody else. And your advice is the Hermit, which is to quiet yourself and go within and find your inner wisdom and inner light, and sit with yourself and figure out what you need to do to tend this garden, so that you can build it up. And if we're frantic all the time, just running around and doing and not stopping to have some self-care and introspection, then that's all we're going to do, is we're just going to run around and do and not assess your situation. You don't really come to a conclusion that way. I guess that's what I'm trying to say, is we need this introspection and this self-care and time alone to recharge our batteries, so that we can have a sense of what we need to do for our own lives. Let's see, we have the light and the darkness. So that one, I'm gonna read that one. So light and the darkness, and the plant here is henbane. Henbane is a magical and poisonous plant in European folklore that is an ingredient in the ointments of flight. It was a plant of the nighttime witches, guardian of dreams and omens. You are now facing an inner desert, yet something is blossoming. It is useless to run away from the darkness. Stay and let it guide you. The dark can become a refuge, a moment of rest. Wait. There are stars that can only be seen when the night is full, where the darkness is at the deepest. The light is more intense. So interesting, they're talking about the nighttime witches, and you chose the little potion bottle here. Something is growing. You need to tend to your seed, whatever it is. And the Hermit is in the dark, and with the lantern, and it looks like there's some inner light that only you can see in the darkness when you go off and go into your hermit mode. So that's what I have for you today, Group 1. Thank you for joining me. Group 2 with the dragonfly necklace. Your cards are the 5 of Cups, the 10 of Swords, and the High Priestess. And of course, you have card number 88, Moonflight, the beautiful owl and rider. So what it looks like is that you have some disappointment or a broken heart, and just really letting that suck you in. And if you can see here, you're not really paying attention to the magic that really is available in this world. With the Ten of Swords, I think this just really shows that you're in your head about this and you're not letting go of this loss. There is a dawn that you're not seeing because of the sadness. And really, it kind of looks like despair. Like she's really gotten sucked in and she's already spilled these other 3 cups in here, and she's just letting that other one drain out. And it's almost like her life force is draining out into this hole when she just really needs to look for the magic that's right behind her and the horizon that's ahead of her. And I mean, you don't want to look back, but it's just like that magic is being hidden from her. And she's just letting whatever the situation is suck her down into a hole, and which is really sad. But there's a horizon. There's a beautiful day ahead. And in this card, I can almost just feel there's a warm breeze and the sunshine. And we always know the sun is going to rise. It sets at night, but it's always going to rise. And you can count on it. And she just needs to get out of her head. And to help do that, you have the High Priestess. I think maybe you should look at your dreams and see what they have to tell you about what your situation is. And this is a collective general reading, so everybody's situation is going to be different. But you need to count on your intuition and your own inner High Priestess, to help get you out of this. Use your intuition. And she looks like she's meditating. And I know when you're in situations like this, meditation, even if you're meditating like 10 minutes in the morning, it makes a difference. It's like a disconnect from this. And I think that can help you move forward. You're having some powerful dreams. Remember them and write them down. Dreams are always good to record anyway. And then you can go back and look at them over time and see how that's really played out in your life. So I am a firm believer in dreams and meditation and what that can do in our lives. We have the Moonflight card, which I am going to read. Moonflight, follow your dreams. Ambition, goals, diligence, and perseverance. It started with dreams of flight, adventure, and discovery. These dreams and sleep were seeds of a longing to see and explore the world, the distant forests, mountains, and all the mysteries beyond. They said that my feet could not leave the ground, that it was impossible. Not to me. I learned the language of the owls, gained their trust, and they invited me to fly on their backs. Now I guide by light on the moon, on the edge of 2 worlds, the gently curved earth of my home, and the infinite star-speckled vastness of space. I am in awe at what I can see, and am grateful for the power of dreams and the inclination to follow them. Some may try to dampen our ambitions and dreams by proclaiming that we have unrealistic or unobtainable aims. Don't let other people's doubts hold you back. Prove them wrong by embracing the challenge and letting go of the negativity and excuses that keep you stuck. Create a plan to help you achieve your goals, starting with a clear vision of what you wish to achieve. Then follow your dreams. Then they have a quote in here from Mark Twain. 20 years from now, you will be more disappointed by things that you didn't do than the ones that you did do. So throw off the bowlines, sail away from the safe harbor, catch the trade winds in the sails, explore, dream, and discover. So this makes me wonder if maybe this disappointment has to do with other people's opinions and how that's making you feel. Maybe you're letting other people's opinions and influences affect what you're doing in life and what your future and your hopes and dreams are. And you really need to listen to your intuition, because everybody's different. Somebody else's opinion of what your life should be is not what your life should be. They don't know what your purpose is in life and what your talents are. And they don't know where you belong in life. They probably need to stay in their own lane and, figure out what they need to do in their life. So, good luck, Group 2. And this is all I have for you. Thank you for joining me. Group 3, thank you for joining me today. You chose the sweet little fused glass necklace with the Let the Magic In Vervain card. And your cards for today are the Nine of Pentacles, the Sun, and the Ten of Wands. And so what it looks like here is you're picking up some extra tasks and overburdening yourself. Well, it looks like you're not feeling super confident and that you're just doing a lot to make up for your lack of confidence. You're, I guess, overexerting yourself, putting too much on yourself because you're trying to compensate for your lack of confidence. And your advice would be to let some of those extra tasks go. Do things to build up your confidence. Maybe write down a list of things that you're good at and that you should be confident in. Don't just look at all of the negative aspects of how you feel about yourself. Look at what's good about you and build your confidence. And then we're going to look at your Vervain card. I'm going to read that one. So Vervain, whispers of enchantment and worlds not quite seen. She'll teach you to see beyond the ordinary and help you explore the liminal lands of the psyche. Through her easy access to the in-between, She can call in the medicine of plants not present, making her a must for any healer's garden. Ask Vervain to channel her sisters and hold her place in a tea blend or incense. But remember, even though she is wispy, Vervain is powerful. A sip of her tea is magical. A cup nauseating. Why? Because too much mystery puts us off balance. Think of it as motion sickness of the soul. So let Vervain dance lightly on the edges of your consciousness, reminding you of the infinite possibilities that unfold when you let magic in. So I think that goes a little with the, doing too much. And maybe Vervain is an herb that you would want to work with. Our magic for ourselves isn't about doing and doing and doing. I mean, obviously, we have to step forward and we have to do. Now, see the magic of who you are. Be confident because you were given special gifts. You have a magic of your own. And it's beautiful. We all have it. So, and this is a little side note. While I was shuffling, this may be for somebody, that's why I'm going to mention it, but I just felt like things weren't what they seemed. Like that there may be things that are presenting themselves, situations presenting themselves as one thing, but that's not what they were. Then they would present themselves as something else. But that's not really what they were either. So take that for whoever needs it. And that's what I have for you, Group 3.